What's going on, everybody? This is Mason. You're tuning into the YouTube channel Wasatch Pop, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic day, fantastic week. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video, guys. We got Rudy here with me today. Rudy, can you say hi to the camera? Can you say hi right over there? No, you're just looking at me. Okay. I take off his collar during videos because it likes to jingle a lot whenever he's down here. And so if he decides to hop in my lap, you know, it'll be a little bit less distracting. But guys, today's video, beside that point, today's video, we are going to be talking about Funko Pops that you should buy now before they get too expensive. And now this could be due to a number of like various different things, whether they be new movies coming out, TV shows, new pops coming out in that line, or interesting headlines in the news pertaining to certain shows or characters or whatever. That's what I'm basing this off of. And we have a pretty good list, and I'm pretty excited to share this with you guys. So without any further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, so this was announced probably at the end of February, maybe the beginning of March, but there was a news headline that came out about Avatar, so like Avatar, The Last Airbender, and then there's going to be new shows in a whole universe surrounding that whole thing, which is really, really cool. I'm not like the hugest fan of Avatar. I do appreciate the show and the awesome show that it is, and I think this is a really cool announcement. So what I'm telling you guys is I have a feeling that all the Avatar Pops, Legend of Korra Pops that are out right now are going to be shooting up in price once that goes into full effect. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work, if they're going to be including like characters that already exist into this universe. I would imagine, you know, places, obviously. Characters would definitely make sense. So any Avatar Pops, The Last Airbender Pops, or Legend of Korra Pops you can get your hands on right now, I would definitely do it sooner rather than later. So with this new universe and all the new shows that they have planned for this and everything, it is going to get a little bit crazy. I know at the beginning when the Avatar Pops did come out, those did go up in price quite a bit, and then they've restocked ever since. So I think with the second restock, I don't really imagine them coming out with more. So with that new universe that's being announced and all that stuff that's being introduced, definitely take advantage of that, because those are going to be going up in price when that does go into effect. All right, guys, so this one's kind of fun. So I always talk about the Disney Plus stuff, but this one, since it's kind of coming up here soon in the next month or two, is the new Loki series. Now, obviously what we're going to be talking about is Loki Pops that you should buy now rather than later. So there are a couple of ones that have gone up in price a little bit. There is one that's pertaining to Avengers Endgame, where he's holding the little cube. It was a Funko Shop exclusive. That one's kind of already gone up. And the one that's from, oh my gosh, I think it's Thor Ragnarok, and Loki's got his hair down and stuff, and he's got some cool armor on or whatever. That one's gone up as well. But be on the lookout for the other little ones that I just don't think a lot of people are paying attention to right now. I think there's like a collector core one that is relatively cheap as well. But overall, even with those ones that I mentioned before, definitely any Loki Pops, be on the lookout for with that new show. And you know that I mentioned it before, but now that people are thinking about it, now that there's an actual trailer out for it, that you know, that people are seeing and everything like that, those Pops are definitely going to be in the front of everyone's minds. And I would just be on, you know, the front of that, and rather being, you know, at the other end of that, where you're paying a lot of money for your Loki Pops that you are wanting to pick up. So there's a good heads up for you. All right, guys, this one, I haven't really like heard anyone really talk about this in their like price speculation videos and things that you should pick up. So this one is for Monsters Inc. And the reason why I'm saying to pick up some Monsters Inc. Pops is because there is a new series coming to Disney Plus called Monsters at Work. So it kind of has a feel of kind of like The Office or Parks and Rec or whatever, in the whole Monsters Inc. setting or whatever. So they all work at, I totally forgot what it's called, and I love Monsters Inc. But anyways, they're working, it's kind of like, it sets up right after Monsters Inc. And then it's in that kind of like, I don't know, is it like documentary, faux documentary or whatever style, like The Office or whatever? But anyways, that's beside the point. I'm just talking about the show. The Pops that you guys should be on the lookout for. I know the Monsters University Pops, those aren't going like for anything crazy right now. I want to say the most is probably like 50, 60 bucks, and I could see those going up more. Obviously the original Monsters Inc. ones, like Mike and Sully, those ones are definitely going to be already, you know, higher in price since they're older. But the ones that I think you should be on the lookout for is that somewhat newer wave that came out a couple of years ago. It had like Sully, the chef, Roz, Boo. All of those ones I think you should be on the lookout for sure before that series comes out in June, because people love Monsters Inc. There's not really a ton of Pops out there of them. And you know what? If I had to guess, there might be new Pops coming for the show. That wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. And if that is the case, then the price of those like ones that are a couple of years old or whatever are going to go up in price. So be on the lookout for those ones. And you know, with that new show coming out, I wouldn't be surprised if pretty much all the Monsters Inc. Pops went up in price. All right, this one, guys, I haven't really heard anybody talk about this one either. Maybe I'm just not watching everybody else's videos, but I'm going to be coming out on a limb and say, the Dr. Seuss Pops. Be on the lookout for those. So recently, at the beginning of March, there was a thing that came out that there's 6 different books from Dr. Seuss that are being pulled from shelves due to some of the drawings being tied to like racism and stuff, some racist drawings and stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But with that whole controversy with Dr. Seuss and removing books off of the shelves, some of those Pops are gonna be going up in price, in my opinion. Some of those ones that are like the original characters, so like obviously Cat in the Hat, there's like Fox and Socks, Sam's friend. And there's a couple other ones out there like the Lorax, Horton Hears a Who, like Horton the Elephant. So I would just kind of keep an eye on those. The Grinch is obviously another one that you could be on the lookout for. But it seems like whenever there's any controversial news, Pops go up in price, kind of like with Pepe Le Pew. Speedy Gonzalez kind of is a good example of that as well. And I don't think Dr. Seuss is any exception to that. So like I said, those Pops are really cheap right now. And if there's anything else that comes out with that, I could imagine these going up in price quite a bit. So if you're a Seuss fan, be on the lookout for those Pops. And if you come across them, I would definitely pick them up. Okay, so this movie is coming out, I want to say it's in May, actually. So in a couple of months, basically. But I am talking about Cruella. So there's that new movie with Emma Stone, and it's kind of like an origin story for Cruella de Vil. You know, she's the classic villain from 101 Dalmatians. And so I would be on the lookout for the Cruella Pop. So there's the old one that came out, like the Disney Store one, with like all those original Disney characters. That one's obviously going to be expensive, could be going up more. But the ones that you should be on the lookout for, there's like the Cruella that's in the car, in her like vehicle. I'm not quite sure what car she's driving, but that one's a good one to look out for. I think there's also a 2-pack of Cruella and somebody else. That was a Hot Topic exclusive. And there's also a Diamond Edition one. So if I had to guess, I would probably say that the one in the car is probably going to be going up here with that new movie coming out. That's just a guess of mine. And I'm kind of surprised that Funko hasn't announced any new Pops for that specific movie. So, you know what? Like I always say, if they do, that'll definitely have an effect on the old Cruella Pops. With the movie, new Pops coming out, if that's the case, those old ones are going to be going up in price for sure. All right, guys, so I had a couple suggestions from my buddy over on Instagram. His name is DTLA Funko Connect, I believe. Hopefully I say that right. I always get it wrong when I suggest him, but he does a lot of cool stuff with Funko Hollywood, does live streams of drops when they come out and stuff. But he suggested Garbage Pail Kids. A lot of different things have been happening with Garbage Pail Kids right now. There's been new Pops coming out. I know that they're pretty large in the NFT world right now as well. So with the new Pops that have been coming out, those old ones, there has been new ones for a little bit now, at least a couple of years. And so with those new ones coming out, they had an exclusive for Emerald City Comic Con. I would definitely suggest picking up those older ones that would probably go up in price and correlate more to that would be like the Chase, the Atom Bomb Chase, maybe the Toy Tokyo exclusive one of the Atom Bomb. But be on the lookout for those ones because of those new ones coming out and it just kind of being a little bit more relevant in the news. And also his last suggestion that he gave to me was Game of Thrones. And as you guys know, there are a couple of new series. I believe I'd have to do my research a little bit on this. I know that they are working on a new series of Game of Thrones for 2022. And those Pops, since the show ended not that long ago with Game of Thrones, have gone down quite a bit. So with the new show that's going to be coming out this next year, pick them up while they're cheap. I mean, a lot of them, like I said, have gone down in price. And DTLA, when he was at Funko Hollywood, every time he's there, he shows the Game of Thrones display, and it's like almost like completely bare from what it was before, because people are kind of catching on that those are going to be popular here in the near future. So any Game of Thrones Pops, guys, be on the lookout for. I can't really tell you specifically since I don't watch the show, but if you can pick up some good ones for cheap, maybe look on Pop Price Guide and see some ones that you find what their prices were before and kind of do your research that way. I would definitely be on the lookout for those Pops. But overall, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I definitely do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below what some Pops that you think are cheap right now will go up in price here in the near future. Also, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one.